Hey there, it's Kay White with Girls in Finance. I'm also the AI and Money coach, and I don't have anything in particular that I want to talk about. And I love coming on live and just kind of chatting about whatever kind of comes to mind. And I was thinking earlier today about the many opportunities there are for creating an income. And I thought, well, we could certainly explore different ideas for creating an income, especially in the world of AI. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about some of the reasons that you might want to find an opportunity to create income. And I want to start with just talking about finances in general. And that's something that I love to talk about, especially with young people, helping them think out of the box more so and just kind of come up with ideas centered around things they're already familiar with or that they enjoy doing, especially hobbies, things of that nature. And that's a great place to start. A lot of times a person, anyone, but especially a younger person, might find themselves a little overwhelmed or in the hole. And a lot of times I find that it's the experience itself that brings forth the creative energy and ingenuity to find answers and solutions. So I was thinking just just recently that wow, as a young person coming out of college or high school and maybe having started a job and looking for an opportunity to or looking for ways to increase income, that's usually where it starts. It may be that initially even the income will suffice with covering expenses, but then you might find yourself in a situation where you've just gotta increase income in order to get ahead or and sometimes even just to sustain where you are. And so as we think about money and options for increasing income, certainly consider some AI options that are real opportunities these days. And I guess as we live in the 21st century now, and you'll find that more and more people really are just kind of creating a number of different businesses. It could be digital products. It might even be physical products. With physical products, a lot of times you're going to have overhead and a lot of expense, even just to get started. But the beauty of doing something around digital products is that you don't typically have all that added expense, I should say. You can really get going with whatever it is that you want to do by just pretty much laying out your plan and thinking it through and deciding, how can I create something around what it is that I'm passionate about and make an income from it. For example, I'm going to say, what about cars? Or if you're a young man, what about cars or classic cars? And something like that might present the opportunity to actually build a digital products business centered around cars and your love and passion for that. And so, whatever it is that you have an interest in, look for a way to create an income from that. Don't stay stuck in a space of just struggle and not being able to meet all of the expenses or demands that you have on you. Look for new ways, look for opportunities in this space of AI. There's just so much that you can consider, and there's just so many different ways that you can be creative and create an income for yourself. So keep that in mind. Now, if you are having challenges with just being able to cover all of your current obligations, then one of the fastest things to do is to really just sit down and look at your budget and see where you can cut expenses. And I know sometimes people say, well, that's easier said than done, but in reality, it might present a challenge, but it is always something that you can look at and consider. So, starting with just writing down, it could be something as simple as starting with writing out all of your expenses and then comparing that against your income and just kind of creating a quick and fast budget for yourself and looking at where can I trim this. I have the perfect book for you, by the way, since we're on this topic. I have a great book called, and I don't have it right here at my fingertips, but I wrote a book during COVID called 52 Weeks of Financial Awareness for Young Adults, and it starts with income and it takes a young person really, but it's really good for anyone. But it takes a young person on the journey of starting with creating an income and then cutting expenses, establishing a budget, and so on and so forth. It covers 52 weeks of just really taking a deep analysis. And I say deep, but really the concepts that I present and the way that it's organized is very, very straightforward and simple. I like things that way, straightforward and simple and plain language. And that's what I attempted to do with this book. So if you are an adult listening to this, and when I say adult, I mean mature adult, and you have young children or even grandchildren, and you're looking for something that you can give them that will assist them with kind of planning ahead for life. Life is so much simpler when you kind of think ahead and plan for it. And a book like the book that I have written is a great starting place. So that's something for you to consider. Again, this 52 weeks of financial awareness for young adults, and it is available on Amazon. And the author is K, first initial, last name White. And let's see. So we've talked about just kind of increasing income, and then we've talked about cutting expenses, reducing the cost that you have on a daily basis, or even you could consider some of your monthly expenses overall, and just look for opportunities where you can cut and save and reduce some of these expenses so that you can more easily cover everything with the income that you currently have. If that just is not an option, you can always increase. You want to think very, very smart and just really think about the new era and what's happening and going on today in the world of AI, and think about how can you actually use some of the opportunities with AI to start some type of business. And since we're really talking on this subject, I just thought about, I think I actually did put in my subject line for this video that we're going to talk about creating or working on a project and how you can use AI in your business. So I'm going to actually dive into AI here. Let me go back and make sure that I'm sharing everything. Okay. And so let's go ahead and jump into this. So let's say you want to figure out what can you do. So I'm just going to start a conversation. Let's see. You see my design here. That's where I was working with Juneteenth the last time that I went live, and just kind of looking for some ways that a person could actually create a whole product around Juneteenth. So that's what this is all about. If you're interested in creating a the whole product for any specific topic, the last video training that I did would be really good for that. And again, I used Juneteenth, but you could use any particular interest that you might have and ask ChatGPT to kind of guide you through the process. And I did that and went step by step from the ideas that were received from ChatGPT and developed a whole digital product and just had a lot of fun with the process and then ended up with designing this shirt. But today, let's explore just if you were someone needing to increase your income, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT for help. So let's see. Um, I want to say let's start a new discussion, and let's see. I want and see ChatGPT has already come back and asked me, sure, what would you like to discuss or work on next? I'm going to say, I'm looking for ideas that a young adult, a young adult could consider in order to increase income. And then I'm going to say, and provide ideas related to, let's see, and provide ideas related to digital products. And again, you could actually consider some physical products, but some of the best things that I'm finding that a person can do is to create a digital products business. It's just real simple and less overhead and typically easy to get started. So let's look at some of these ideas that are shown here. It says, here are some ideas for young adults to increase their income through digital products. And its very first one is online courses and workshops. It's skill-based courses, create and sell courses on platforms like Udemy, I think is how you pronounce that, or Teachable. Topics can range from coding, graphic design, digital marketing, or any skill you are proficient in. And that's the key. Look at opportunities where you already have an interest and look for opportunities where you can kind of have fun, I would say. I would say try to look for things that you already enjoy doing and then just expound upon that. And also workshops, host live workshops on topics like personal finance. See, that's my area right there. Love it. Productivity hacks or creative writing using platforms like Zoom or Google Meet. So that's just one example. It goes on and gives us more ebooks and guides. Let's see, digital art and design, subscription services, uh, apps and software, templates and themes, stock photography. I've done a lot of these different things. One thing that I did was stock photography. That was so cool. I've started creating just stock images of African American or Black individuals. One that I created was just different careers. And again, there's such a demand in an area like this because it with AI, it just really allows for the opportunity to be really creative and to be very, very focused and come up with new concepts and ideas that somebody has not done before. And something as simple as stock photography, believe it or not, Even though we're in 2024 now, but as recent as I want to say 2 years ago, I was looking for stock images of African American people in different careers, and there just wasn't anything out there. And then what I did find might very commonly was very expensive or just really very hard to find. And so one of the beauties of a program like ChatGPT 4.0 or inside of ChatGPT's digital art program, which is DALI 3, you can really get creative and create things based on your own interests, things that are representative of your own culture. And that's especially important for me as an African American woman and really trying to inspire young African American ladies and girls and to just have images that reflect them is just amazing. So that's the beauty of what you can do with Chat GPT. But going back to what we are talking about here, where if you do need to increase your income, here are a whole lot of ideas that you could consider: online tutoring and consulting, affiliate marketing, podcasts and YouTube channels, NTF non fungible tokens, and drop shipping and e commerce. Let's see. And so all of these things here are something that just might be a good option for us. When we talk again, let's explore some of these. Let's kind of build out one or more of these different services just to give you an idea of how you might develop something like this. Okay. Think that would be a good thing for us to work on. And let's see. There was something here that caught my eye, and I want to explore further here. The digital art, create and sell digital art as an NFT on platforms like OpenSea or Rarible. I like that. Develop unique digital collectibles or virtual items and sell them as NFTs. Okay. And let's see, print on demand. That's something else that I've done over the years. Drop shipping I've done. So I have a lot of experience in a lot of these different areas. And a lot of these actually were dealing more with physical products. But again, I like digital products because of the lesser expense or cost related to providing a service like that or a product like that. And so, there's so many platforms too. For example, I sell digital art as well that is AI generated, and it's such a fun thing to do. But you have platforms like Etsy that is a really good place for something like that. And then printables, also it has here under the digital art designs. That's something else. But that's all I'm going to share with you for today. Now we'll come back and we'll work on and expand some of these things out and just kind of let's just kind of build out one of these particular products and see where we land. Okay. All right. So this has been Kay White with Girls in Finance, and I am, oh my goodness, I shared all that and did not. Okay, hold on real quick. I didn't realize I wasn't sharing my screen. So I want to go back in here real quick and just kind of share with you some of the products that we've come up with. And again, I mentioned them, but you didn't see my screen. So online courses and workshops, skill-based courses, workshops, and ebooks and guides you could create as a digital product to increase income, digital art and design, printables, custom graphics, subscription services, membership sites, newsletters, apps and software, mobile apps, software solutions, all of these are just great opportunities or present great opportunities for you to build a digital products business and start selling some things to increase your income. If you're in a situation where you need to increase your income, these are wonderful opportunities for you to do that. So, we'll talk about expanding on some of these the next time we meet. And there's some really good ideas here, actually. You could take either one of these and just kind of focus on it and build out your product and your brand and actually use it as a way to increase income. Okay. So that's all I have for you today. We will talk again soon and just kind of pick up where we left off. And so, I thought today would be a really good day to just kind of talk about increasing income for anyone who's in a situation where it just seems like income is limited and you want to increase. Um, your funds that you have available on a monthly or even daily basis, then consider starting a low cost business like a digital products business and let that help you or guide you in having more funds available. And that's just a really good starting point. Okay. So that's all that I have for you today. Take care. It's been fun chatting with you, and we'll pick up more next time and just kind of expand on some of these ideas that we've received today. All right, take care.